What if I told you that almost everything people do, from the way they smile at you to the way they move their feet when they're nervous, is sending signals you're not noticing? What if I told you that once you learn to read these signals, you'll see people in an entirely different way? You'll understand their emotions before they even say a word. You'll know when someone is lying, when they're hiding something, or when they're secretly interested in you. That's what today is all about, unlocking the hidden psychology tricks that reveal the truth behind human behavior. Once you learn these, you'll never look at anyone the same way again. Imagine you ask someone, "Are you okay?" and they respond with that classic answer, "I'm fine." Most of us stop there, accept it at face value, and move on. But what if you didn't move on? What if instead of filling the silence, you simply held eye contact and stayed quiet? That pause, that moment of silence, is one of the most powerful tools in human interaction. People are so uncomfortable with silence that they feel compelled to fill it, and when they do, they often reveal what they didn't plan to. Suddenly, that "I'm fine" turns into, "Well, actually it's been a rough week." You didn't push them. You didn't pressure them. You just gave them the space, and the truth came out on its own. It feels almost like magic, but really it's psychology at work. And this isn't just for personal conversations. Think of police interrogations, therapist sessions, even high-stakes negotiations. The pause is a tool professionals use constantly because silence makes people talk. If you want the unfiltered truth, learn to love silence. Now let's step into another powerful but subtle skill: mirroring. Have you ever noticed how you and your closest friends often sit the same way, laugh at the same rhythm, or even use similar phrases? That's mirroring in action. It's our brain's way of saying, "You and I are alike." We trust people who seem like us. You can use this deliberately. When someone leans forward, lean forward slightly too. If they speak slowly and softly, adjust your tone to match. If they nod, nod back. Done with subtlety, it makes the other person feel deeply understood, even if they don't know why. Salespeople, therapists, even politicians use this trick because it creates a subconscious bond. It's like a silent handshake of trust. But there's another body language hack most people never notice, and once you see it, you'll never stop seeing it. Watch people's feet. That's right. People can control their smile, they can choose their words, but their feet often tell the truth. If you're at a party and someone is smiling at you politely but their feet are pointed toward the door, their body is already halfway out of the conversation. On the other hand, if their feet are firmly planted toward you, they're engaged and interested. The feet rarely lie. Next time you're in a group, don't just listen to the conversation, look down. You'll instantly know who's enjoying the moment and who's secretly planning their escape. Speaking of subtle signals, let's talk about the power of a name. Have you ever noticed how good it feels when someone remembers your name and uses it? Our names are tied to our identity. Hearing them lights up parts of the brain connected to self-recognition. It's why thanks feels polite, but thanks, Sarah, feels personal. Nice to meet you is fine, but nice to meet you, James, lands much deeper. Using names is one of the fastest ways to make someone feel seen. But the trick is moderation. Use it too much, and it feels manipulative. Sprinkle it naturally in conversation, and you create instant warmth and connection. Now picture this. Someone is angry. Their face is red, their voice is raised, and the tension is building. Most people respond by telling them to calm down, which almost never works. But what if instead, you simply handed them a glass of water? Sounds odd, right? But it works. The act of holding the glass, focusing on not spilling it, and eventually taking a sip forces the brain to slow down. It interrupts the emotional storm. Parents do this with children all the time. Give them a task, a distraction, and suddenly the anger fades. The same principle works with adults. Sometimes the best way to calm someone down isn't words, it's action. Now let's go even deeper into the face. Humans are masters at hiding emotions, but no one can hide them all the time. Because before the mask goes on, there's a split second where the real emotion leaks out. These are called microexpressions. A flash of anger before the smile, a flicker of disgust before the polite response, a shadow of sadness before the laugh. They happen in less than a second, but if you train your eye to spot them, you'll see what people truly feel before they cover it up. The FBI and other investigators use microexpression training to spot lies and hidden emotions. Once you notice them, it feels like you're peeking behind the mask of the world. Another powerful tool is touch. Think about the last time someone gave you a reassuring pat on the back or a friendly tap on the arm. That tiny gesture made the words feel more genuine, didn't it? Studies show that light, brief, and natural touches increase trust and cooperation. Waiters who lightly touch a customer's arm when handing the check often get higher tips. Teachers who use supportive touch make students feel more encouraged. Even in dating, a well-timed touch creates warmth and connection. But there's a golden rule. It has to be brief and natural. Overdo it, and it becomes invasive. Use it sparingly, and it becomes unforgettable. Now imagine this. Someone compliments you out of the blue, saying, "You're really good at staying calm under pressure." Even if you hadn't thought of yourself that way, the next time pressure builds, you'll try to live up to that compliment. That's the compliment flip. When you highlight a positive trait in someone, they subconsciously begin to embody it. If you tell a child, "You're such a good helper," they'll start helping more often. If you tell a friend, "You're always so thoughtful," they'll try to prove you right. People want to be consistent with how others see them, so your words can actually shape their behavior. But sometimes, people get stuck, angry, anxious, or lost in their own loop of thoughts. That's when you need a pattern break. Do something unexpected. Change the subject suddenly, crack a joke, or ask a weird question. The brain is so caught in its emotional loop that an interruption feels like a reset button. Tony Robbins, the famous motivational speaker, uses this constantly. He'll make someone laugh in the middle of describing their biggest problem, and instantly their state changes. You can use this too. If someone is spiraling, don't always try to reason with them. Sometimes the fastest way out is to break the pattern. Here's something almost invisible but incredibly powerful: the eyebrow flash. When you greet someone, a quick upward raise of the eyebrows signals recognition and friendliness. It's universal. Without saying a word, it tells the other person, "I'm glad to see you." Try it the next time you meet someone new. They won't notice it consciously, but they'll feel it, and their response will almost always be warmer. Now let's talk about listening. Have you ever had a conversation where you walked away thinking, "Wow, that person was amazing," even though they barely said anything? That's the power of listening. People love to feel heard. If you let someone talk, nod along, ask small follow-up questions, and give them the space to share, they'll walk away feeling incredible about the interaction. They'll think you're a great conversationalist, even if you hardly spoke at all. Listening is magnetic. It makes people want to be around you. And when you do ask questions, be mindful of the words you use. Asking, "Why are you upset?" feels accusatory. It puts people on the defensive. But asking, "What's been on your mind?" invites openness. Why feels like judgment, while what feels like curiosity. It's a small change in language that creates a huge difference in emotional response. Now here's a subtle trick. Watch people's blinking. If they're blinking rapidly, it's usually a sign of stress, nervousness, or even lying. Slow, steady blinking signals calmness. You don't have to stare, just notice the rhythm. It's like having a tiny lie detector built into your eyes. Another psychological force that shapes our lives is scarcity. People always want what feels rare. That's why limited edition products sell out instantly, why last chance sales make people rush to buy things they don't need, and why the moment someone's attention feels scarce, we crave it even more. Scarcity makes us assign value, whether it's to a product, an opportunity, or even a person. Understanding this helps you see through marketing tricks, and also helps you understand human desire. But psychology isn't just about other people, it's about your own brain too. Here's a trick for calming yourself down before a big moment. Chew gum. Sounds silly, right? But it works. Your brain associates chewing with eating, and eating usually happens in safe environments. When you chew gum, your brain thinks, "If I'm eating, I must not be in danger." The stress response lowers. It's a simple hack to calm your nerves before interviews, speeches, or exams. First impressions are another area where psychology plays a huge role. It only takes about 7 seconds for someone to form an opinion of you. Before you even speak, they're judging your confidence, warmth, and trustworthiness. That's why posture matters. Stand tall, shoulders back, head up. Make eye contact. Smile. Before you've even said a word, you've already won half the battle. Sometimes, people reveal more when they write than when they talk. Face to face, there's pressure. But in writing, whether it's a text, a journal, or even a late-night message, people feel safer to be honest. That's why you'll often get the real truth in writing. It lowers defenses, gives space to reflect, and people open up more than they ever would out loud. And if you want to build trust quickly, share a secret. It doesn't have to be something huge, just something personal. I get nervous before big meetings too. I'm actually terrible at directions. Sharing makes the other person feel trusted, and they'll often respond by sharing something back. It's like building a bridge. Vulnerability creates connection. Finally, let's talk about eyes. Have you ever noticed that when people recall a memory, their eyes move a certain way? Often, when remembering something real, eyes go up and to the left. When fabricating or imagining, they go up and to the right. It's not foolproof, but combined with other cues, it's incredibly telling. Watch carefully the next time someone tells you a story. You might see the truth in their eyes before you hear it in their words. So now you have 19 powerful psychology insights that will forever change how you see people. From the pause trick that makes people reveal the truth, to the eyebrow flash that signals warmth, to the hidden messages in blinking and feet direction, you've just gained a toolkit that lets you decode emotions, build trust, and see through the surface. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. These aren't meant to manipulate. They're meant to help you understand others better, to build deeper connections, and to navigate the world with more awareness. The question now is, which of these hit you the hardest? Was it the idea that silence makes people spill the truth? Or that feet secretly reveal intentions? Maybe it was the eyebrow flash. Whatever it was, share it in the comments. I'd love to hear what opened your eyes. And if you found this valuable, don't forget to subscribe, because we've got even more hidden psychology secrets coming your way. Once you see people through the lens of psychology, you'll never see them the same way again. Until next time, keep observing, keep learning, and keep unlocking the hidden codes of the human mind.